Hail, people of Neverwinter! On this day, the annual jubilee celebrating our city's restoration, I greet you as Dagalt Neverin, Open Lord of Waterdeep and Protector of Neverwinter. I'm glad to see all of you here to celebrate our city's return. I see in this crowd people of all walks of life, from all across the world. Nobles and refugees, artisans and merchants, heroes and workmen. Whether you're newly arrived in our city or were born and raised here, on behalf of all of Neverwinter, I bid you welcome to our celebration! It was nearly 30 years ago when word reached my ears of the cataclysm which nearly destroyed this great city. Even far to the south in Waterdeep, we'd all seen the fury of Mount Hotenau and feared for our friends and family living in Neverwinter. And when the first refugees reached the gates of Waterdeep, with stories of the cataclysm and all the tragedy which had befallen the Jewel of the North, I swore I would come to the aid of the city, my family's ancestral home. As more information came back, I knew the enormity of the task, but also knew it was not hopeless. For among the stories were tales of party survivors fighting to keep the city alive. Still, it took 15 long years to amass the fortune and the forces needed, so when I set foot in Neverwinter 10 years ago, I'd be able to provide the help Neverwinter would need. I knew the task of rebuilding the city would not be easily done, for the cataclysm had struck not just the city walls and buildings, but its very heart. And all the wise men from whom I sought advice said Neverwinter was dead, that the restoration I hoped to make was impossible, even with a fortune far greater than all I had. Those were dark, hopeless days, and yet, in this crowd before me, I see some of those brave faces from that dark time. These are the survivors whose steadfast determination defied all convention, who stayed in the city which was their home. The people who saw Neverwinter in ruin, but refused to let their city die. When my first expedition arrived in Neverwinter, these were the people I met, and when I saw the steel in their eyes, I knew all those so-called wise men were wrong. I knew, with people such as you, Neverwinter could be restored, would be restored, and that Neverwinter will surpass its former glory. To those who are not there, the restoration of
Heroes, this is Sergeant Knox. Ready yourselves. Another force is preparing to attack Protector's Enclave.
They think it inconceivable that the city of skilled hands could not have been rebuilt. They see districts of the city reopening.
We have reports of Ashmedai cultists opening portals to the Nine Hills on Deacon Street. Destroy those portals and any fiends they brought through them.
Neverwinter's reconstruction must have been obvious to all from the start. But citizens of Neverwinter know better. We know the trials and challenges we face to reach this day. The friends and family we have lost, the battles we have fought, and the privations we face.
Hellfire consume you!
Bring our city back to life. No, it was never a certainty. But our citizens never give up. When the army of the when the undead were at heart, we did not yield. When the horrors of the chasm poured forth, we stood our ground. We fought. We fought for our city as we worked to restore it. We fought for war, even as we were betrayed. For we could see the dream of Neverwinter restored in our hearts. Silence once more. We heard the back before and defy this shadow. Undead on.
damnation take you!
Neverwinter, never give up.
Hellfire consume you!
Many were slaughtered, sacrificed, but we folk of Neverwinter know there is so much more, and so much more we can do. Reopening the city was near. There are still districts to rebuild and lands to reclaim. Our traders have reopened the routes to Icewind Dale, and even contacted the Fey realm of Sharon. Our armies back to bring order to land and take the fight back to Belindra's shadow. In all these tasks, we have done great work, but we are not done. I pledge to you.
Aberrant creatures have made their way out of the chasm into the marketplace where they've trapped a number of citizens. Save those people and destroy those monsters.
New areas of opportunity, and that we shall bring new people to our city. And in all these things, I promise you, we will not rest until Neverwinter takes its place as the premier destination for one and all. And so many have come to this city, seeking support. No tale of Neverwinter's restoration is complete without the story of the many heroic adventurers who have made this city their home for the last year. Skilled masters of all, brave storm, wise chiefs, cunning traders, and learned all come to Neverwinter. They've answered the call to arms and come to the city's aid time and again. They've explored jungles in the sky and plumbed the depths of the underground. They've well piracy and banditry, and to uncover conspiracies to undermine our structure. They've aided our allies from Icefire to Sharon and beyond, and brought back treasure from all corners to fill our markets and opportunities, investing their wealth back into the city. They've been far from being flawless. Neverwinter's and we in turn are thankful for all they've done for us and us. People of Neverwinter, let's give a great round of cheers for our heroic adventure. So many new sights. And while we will welcome many we'll also be many soldiers. The reason why I feel so confident is reflected in the eyes of every citizen I see. Neverwinter. Yes, it has houses, walls and arms, temples and markets. But it is more than just these things. Neverwinter is an ideal. Neverwinter is not the jewel of the North.
Well done.
The very
With heroes of your
soul
caliber, I almost feel like I could retire.
Art of the North.
Almost.
From its
Now,
gates,
come get your
from the
reward at the Hall of
trade
Justice.
and culture
You
which
have
set the
truly
standards
earned it.
that people for 100 miles aspire to. In Neverwinter, citizens are free to choose their own fate, to craft their own destiny, find their own adventures, and make their